Did we just come up with the name? Is it Tuesday Talk?
Well, it's Thursday though.
Well, that's
How about
they don't know this.
Talk
When you post it.
It's when we post it. It'll be Tuesday Talk. Well, what do you like something different? What do you like?
No. Let's go with Tuesday
All right.
Talk.
Welcome, you guys. This is our very first episode of Tuesday Talk with Mike and Jama, living on the Space Coast. We thought it'd be fun. Mike and I go way back, way back. And we just thought it'd be fun to get together. We have converged at the same brokerage.
Yes.
Life has taken us in lots of different directions. And I'm a native Brevard Countyan, if that's even a word, I don't even know. And Mike's wife is like one of my all-time best friends in the world. And so through a lot of different ways. It's kind of funny. We didn't plan it.
Right.
It just happened.
I retired from the military, went into real estate a little bit later. Your husband went into real estate. And then you did Mary Kay. My wife did Mary Kay. Mm-hmm. And then you were at one brokerage. I was at another one. And then I came here last year. And then I said, I only compete with you. And so all of a sudden I see her on our office. Yeah. So well, hey, we're back together again. So
yeah, because I used to meet with Mary like for
all
years.
Yes.
We met weekly sales meetings together. We ran them together. So
all the time.
So and you have 4 kids.
4 kids.
And
2 dogs.
And 2 dogs. And Jeff and I have 5 children together. And I only have 1 dog.
I have 2 grandkids too.
I know. I was just gonna say you have 2 grandkids. I currently have 4 grandkids, but I have 3 more coming in 2023. Yeah. So right now, it's even Steven, 2 girls, 2 boys. Another boy's coming at the end of March. Another girl's coming at the end of June. And then we have another one coming in October that we don't know yet.
I'd quit.
No. But I'm not getting a bigger car. I go in as big as I'm going to go, and that's that. Okay.
Good.
So the purpose of this show is to have some fun, to maybe give you some fun facts and things going on in the market with real estate in Brevard County specifically, but also to give some really kind of cool places to go in Brevard County, kind of our favorite stuff, kind of tips and tricks.
Right, for real estate, absolutely, since we're in it.
Things for homeowners and renters.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, so the very first we're going to do in 4 segments. The very first is the 411 and the 321, and she came up with that.
He's just saying that in case you don't like it. Then he knows I got it. Anyway, so what do you got for...
So for March 9th,
right?
So the week of March 9th, or March 6th through 12th, on March 9th is Get Over It Day.
I love it.
That's pretty good for us because we...
Like totally as a parent, right? Could you tell your kids, sorry, get over it.
I know.
Get over it.
So
Now if they try to use it on us, they're in trouble, but...
Right, we're going to celebrate that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then on the 12th of March is National Girl Scouts Day, which is funny because my daughter is a Girl Scout again. And Girl Scout cookies are alive and well. So
yes. I bought 4 boxes.
We bought 13. So
and they are delicious, though. They even have gluten-free ones now. Because, Jeff, he probably doesn't want me to say that, but he is gluten-free.
He's thin.
And so we're pretty much a gluten-free family.
Yeah.
And I got to say, they're really good. They go down fast. And I'm not even gluten-free, but they're good. Anyway.
All
right. So.
What's March 11th?
I don't even know. What is March 11th?
It's a pub crawl, right? The St. Patrick's.
Oh, it is. That's right. Well, we do have St. Patrick's Day coming up.
Yes.
And there are some really great things. Do you have a favorite Irish restaurant that you guys like to go to?
No.
No?
Not at all.
So my kids are big into the fact that we have a smidgen of Irish blood in us. And for whatever reason, I grabbed onto that one. But Meg O'Malley's, if you haven't been to Meg O'Malley's downtown, first of all, they have this Parliament soup that you can get. I think it's 18 cents, really. But my mother-in-law is Canadian, and they're big on their fish and chips up there. And she loves their fish and chips. They really are good. They're not greasy. They're delicious. But Meg's, they always have live music, and they do a huge thing for St. Patrick's Day. But there's also that crawl,
yes,
right?
The pub crawl is at Drew's Brews. It starts at 5 p.m. On the 11th. And then, of course, after you've drank all night, you definitely want to wake up and go to the
5K, 10K?
Yeah, 10K, the Space Coast.
Well, that would be a young person's thing.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm not drinking. Well, first, I'm not drinking all night anyway. But second of all, I definitely cannot wake up early next morning.
Right. I could drive a 5K.
A drive cave, yeah.
Yeah, a drive cave.
I might be able to bicycle it, but I'm definitely not running it. But I bet it's cool, though, up there at the Kennedy Space Center.
Yes, that would be cool.
Because they have all the launch pads and everything. All right, well, let's move on to our next segment, which is true, not true. So these are some statements that we're going to throw out there. We'll pause for a second for you to say true or not true on your own time. And then maybe you'll learn something, maybe not.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so state of Florida, ACs. We all have air conditioning units. And if you don't, God help you, I'm so sorry. But AC units, we all have one. And is it all you need to do for the maintenance? All you need to do is change your air filters. True or not true?
Not true.
Not true in the state of Florida. So if you, and I bet you there are people that don't even change their air filters. But that's a really good thing to do, especially if you have allergies. You want to just do it. It makes the wear and tear on your AC much better. But in the state of Florida, you want to have, I use vinegar. Do you use vinegar?
I use white vinegar.
Distilled vinegar. Yeah, there you go. White distilled vinegar, not apple cider vinegar. That you can drink that. But anyway. So, or you could use bleach, but bleach, I feel like it smells bleachy and it's probably a little bit harsher on the environment and everything too. But white vinegar, you want to keep a little jug by your AC unit, and there's like a little valve. Now, I am not an AC repair person.
Right.
So you might want to talk to somebody who actually knows the unit, but there's a little place that you're going to pour some vinegar, probably like a third of a cup, half a cup. And you want to do this like minimum every 3 months. You could actually do it every month and it would be fine. But if you don't, there's this little drain valve that goes outside. And if you don't do it, it's going to back up with algae because it's just humid. It's humid in Florida and that just happens. And the vinegar is a natural way of killing it. And otherwise your AC might just all of a sudden stop working and you're wondering why, because the float valve came up and shut it off. Or if you're like my old AC, used to flood my dining room. Yep. And we're like, darn it, Jeff, we forgot to do the vinegar. So anyway, that's something, little tip you might want to do.
Right. And the second thing is, so you're prepping to sell your house and you should declutter and depersonalize the house. True or not true? What do you think?
I personally like to look at houses that don't look like a hoarder lived there. So for sure, yes. That's true. Definitely. And also, you don't want to have a lot of personal things showing because honestly, the eye buys, right? And everybody's on the internet shopping and you don't want to see your children or your, personal things about your family that would be out there that the world is seeing because most people shop online before they actually go to the property to see it, right?
That's true.
So yeah, I would definitely remove those things.
Definitely declutter and depersonalize everything. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
Clean surfaces are better for sure. All right, what's next? Moving on, let's see, we're going to do things to ask yourself. Ponder, things to ask yourself. I don't have one of those.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you did. Different conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to do? Oh, what are your deal breakers?
Oh, okay. So deal breakers.
When you're buying a home.
When I'm buying a home. Okay. Usually it's my wife's deal breakers because as long as I have a bed and a TV, I'm fine. Usually deal breakers are things that you can't change. So, when you're looking at the house, or all the bedrooms are on one side or do you have split? For us, we need a split because we don't want to be near our kids. We love our kids. We just don't want to be near our kids.
Well, I think that's a valid point because when they're teenagers, you don't want to be near them.
Right.
But when they're babies, maybe you do want to be near them. I mean, maybe not. You have monitors.
Right.
But when you're figuring out to buy a home, really important to sit down with if you're buying with somebody else, whoever it is, make that list of must-haves. You absolutely cannot live without it. Like for me, in Florida, it would have to have an AC, right? You can't live without that. For me, having a washer and dryer inside my home and not in my garage, that's high up there. I don't know if it would be a complete, like if everything else was amazing, maybe I could deal with it. But Jeff's house actually had a washer and dryer in the garage. I still married him, But that was one of them, right? And then the things that are the wants, right? Those are not the must-haves.
Right. You deal killers need to be deal killers.
Right. So, garage, no garage.
Right. Do you want a second story? Not
right.
Because a lot of folks are a little bit older here in Florida.
Okay, I am the older one between the two of us. That is true.
People don't want to walk upstairs, so having a second floor is not what people want sometimes.
And I always say too, things can change. My mother was a builder, so I grew up I can see the possibilities in any space, right? But the things that you can't change are like the location.
Yes.
Do you want to be beachside? Do you want to be mainland? Do you want to be close to 95 so you can get anywhere up and down the county quick?
Or schools.
Those are another things that you really can't change. Garages, 1 car, 2 car, no car. That's a hard thing to change.
Yes.
That would be something. So the flow of the home is important. Maybe it is. But you can always change paint color, flooring, the countertop, things like that. Those are things that can be changed.
Cosmetic.
If everything else of the other things were there.
Right.
So.
All right. So another thing to ask yourself: can you shop lenders?
Well, I would say you most definitely want to do that for sure.
Why? Why would you?
Well, it's like if I was going to buy a car, I'm going to shop around a lot, right? I'm going to shop around, and then I'm going to figuring out financing if I'm not paying cash for it. Who's going to give me the best rate? When you're buying a home, that's like the most expensive thing that you buy
in your life. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and like a little 0.25% of an interest rate makes a huge difference over a 30-year life payment, right? Or origination fees. All the lenders have different origination fees. They have different fees and things. So 100% shop it.
I tell everybody I work with, shop your lender.
Yep. And do it in a short time span too. Get multiple ones, but do it like within a 2-week period so that you're not getting a million hits on your credit. You don't want to do it like a long period because they know you're shopping mortgages just like you would shop car loans or whatever.
Right. Excellent. Well, thank you.
All right.
Well, so we want to leave you with some motivation. So our morning motivation to you.
I like the one that you've actually picked out here.
Oh, okay. So I've said you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that's by Zig Ziglar. I've heard it a million times. I really like it. But I think it's absolutely true. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So hopefully that is your morning motivation.
Have you ever seen him in person?
I have not. I've read his books, though.
I have a signed book by him.
Shut up.
He's awesome. Zig Ziglar.
Really?
He's the man.
He is awesome. Anyway, well, that is the show.
That's our today. Tuesday talk.
Yes, and we will see you next time.
Yep.